Hi guys, this is MegaDragonoid, and if I believe it's also my birthday today, so yay me!
Happy birthday!
Thanks. Also, sorry for a lot of spams of videos, guys, of today. Justin, Reeman, and me are doing the Batman special for my birthday, kind of special for me. I'm really glad as well it works out so far. So yeah. I need to do a quick toilet break. If somebody wanna explain what happened so far?
Okay.
Sira, would you like to do it, or do you want me to do it?
There's been a murder case, of course.
And it's up to Edgeworth to try and figure it out, only it's been taking place on a plane, which is different.
It takes on a plane, and Francisca has joined as well, accusing Miles Edgeworth for the murder, but then she pointing fingers at the flight attendant. And now she's charged to get arrested.
Yep, see you at the precinct at that moment. Well, go ahead, bro. Tell the thing.
Alright. March 12, 2:52 p.m. Flight I-390, lower deck, cargo hold.
Ooh,
Whoa, so this is the cargo hold, huh?
There we go.
It's so big!
This plane is a special model. It has a super large cargo hold and an ultra luxury first class seating.
Scene of the murderer.
There's a certainly a high possibility of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, let's get investigating, sir.
Bada boom. Okay.
Hey, what's with this suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir.
So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he mind if we take a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file.
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
Like a more profile on Francisca. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her?
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-eat suitcase fair!
All you can eat suitcase fair? What? You're in that too, Sira?
Did I say all-you-can-eat?
Yeah!
It's all you can eat.
I see a picture now in front of me. Like, I would like a suitcase. Gunk! Eat that, buddy!
I guess I confuse fair, like, when I hear the word fair, I think to myself, oh, that's usually where people go to eat stuff, so I got a little bit confused.
We need to make a picture, like, Justin, like on a table, like, he gets playing with a suitcase. Like, yeah, buddy, you want ketchup on it?
And my face is like, why did I get served this? What the heck?
Oh, good grace.
You also should do that, definitely.
What do you think, Sira? Sira?
I don't know. Did she hear it?
Oh no.
It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. There. Better?
That's better, yeah. All you can eat is a suitcase fair. Like a suitcase on a stick.
Suitcase with cowboy on the top.
Suitcase with fries.
Creme brulee suitcase.
This is not going to get old for a while.
You're not gonna let me let that down, are you?
Nope. These must be all leftover ones that couldn't sell. The ones that the company is planning to dispose of after this fight is over.
This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy.
Oh, and why do you purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness.
You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200?
I guess suitcase fries will not be a question then.
No suitcase pad thai tonight. I think I'll pass.
Mr. wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. It definitely looks like one is missing. What is this barrel of this I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. This I remember. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from the pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Actually, exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glass lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected.
So you're saying...
Look at his eyebrows.
So you say... What do you say? That the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I have been saying for a while now?
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Perhaps this is a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability just has skyrocketed considerably. All that left is fire and the murder weapon. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo's crew.
This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
By the looks of his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about his rest of the story. But no matter how much he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Also, the boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, and it says pharmaceuticals.
And this one says only for extreme use only.
Exorcisms.
Exorcisms. What kind of operation is this airline running?
You know what an exorcism is, bro?
Nope.
It means it's a job where someone tries to get rid of evil spirits, evil ghosts in people's homes.
Okay. You arrived at
Or in people's bodies. Like.
Sorry, Sira?
A ghost hunter.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Most of the time it's a priest.
By the way, Sira, have you heard what Justin said at the moment?
What?
He said something about the suitcases fair.
Yeah. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct?
That was actually my line.
Okay.
Justin said all you can eat fair. Basically, it was actually all you fair yet to say. So
I said all you can eat suitcase fare. instead of all you can use suitcase fare, I said all you can eat. We haven't let that down.
All you can eat suitcases here and only with ketchup.
Creme brulee, French fries, suitcases.
You want fries in your suitcases? No problem. At least, well, in Justin's suitcase there will be apples, right?
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm also like
apples.
A lot of apple juice.
Yeah.
well, I also said as a joke, like I'm seeing a picture in front of me, like somebody is serving Chester or Justin a plate of a suitcase on top of it. Like, here you go, sir. Suitcase on a plate. You want some ketchup on it?
If he opens the suitcase, there is food in it.
No, I mean he has to eat the suitcase as well. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's like mussels.
At least you get a lot of iron and plastic in your body.
Doesn't have to have plastic.
True. Can also be leather.
Metal.
Yep.
Then you will be able to be like Pippi Longstock. That eats also metal.
Yeah. And you all immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me you were already here at the airport for something besides this murder. ...
Yes, I was.
Why at this airport?
I've been following in a very large and adult governmental level investigation crime. But it's too large for one person to take on alone. So I decided that I should form the joint investigation with Interpol.
Interpol is involved?
It's top secret cooperation, so I can't tell you any more than I already have.
No.
So you want to connect the glass shards with the broken glasses,
Already done?
and you want to connect the profile on Francesca with Interpol.
Now why should Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francesca?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Wonkama, sir.
Francesca said she had come to this airport as a part of an Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Miss Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Detective, I think there's more likely Miss Higgs was actually Interpol agent Higgs. I think Francesca has some explaining to do. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you?
You talking about?
We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so he could recognize you when he landed, which makes him not Mr. Higgs, but rather Interpol agent Higgs. Isn't that correct?
I should known you figured out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him fast.
So you really did came here to receive the Interpol agent then?
Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was no who put him in this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on the cell phone he had in his hand. I never expected to receive the call from his murder instead.
I think we now have pretty decisive evidence, now that Agent Higgs came down here to the cargo hold. We're close to where we left off, huh, guys?
Yeah. We are? But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Well?
Moment. Here we go.
Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow!
Came here for a war-related reason of what I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure that he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francesca, do you know exactly how he was intended pursuing his investigation?
No, unfortunately. I was going to find out after he landed.
I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Higgs must have identified himself to a member of the crew. Oh wait, that was your line.
And entered the cargo hold with person who let him in.
Yes, and that's why he was murdered here. He's broken glass fragments, and his broken glass are the testament to that. And then
the killer put Agent Higgs in one of the spare suitcases and
they entered the elevator, but while they were riding up, the plane hit a patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open. Agent Higgs' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet flew out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor.
I think I'm pretty easy to say. The culprit was a stage.
What? Really, sir?
Okay, nothing important in my emails. Dot 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 dot.
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can none other than Miss Rhoda Tonico.
Here we go. Decisive evidence.
Right. Let's see what we can do.
It was the crew member any one of Coach Jonas, Agent Hicks in the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person in such right level agreement is Miss Rhoda herself. I'll say it's pretty deceive piece of information, wouldn't you?
I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not sure it's as simple as that. Okay, bro, tell me.
Right. You want to press on the second statement.
It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero.
It's highly likely. It's the positive the best you can came up with.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm here. I said my line.
Okay, I didn't hear it for some reason. Ugh! Yes. Well, while I don't have any evidence,
You are just scary. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda.
What the heck?
It's not just the keycard that's give her away.
Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Mr. iFly piggy bank?
Yes, she's only the person the key open its display case.
Okay, bro.
Alright, you want to press on the statement where she says, there's the matter of the key to the display case.
There's a fake.
Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, and that is what the real murder weapon is, where did it go? Okay. Speechless. I see, that's not a surprise. After all, you know that you searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed.
There must be a way. There must be something that can help me of this piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be then explain you further to other Bro?
Well, you need to examine the body more. That's what you need to examine.
What's this guy? I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusion.
Is it?
Oh, yes. While we don't have the autopsy report yet, how can I not say that you were made some judgment when you yet to even see the wound up on Hicks' head is be with a murder weapon?
Stop. Scurfy!
Yes, sir.
Contact the medical examiner office at once! I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks' autopsy.
Jake! Yes, sir! We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
What is it? It's a game, boy. Oh boy.
What is it, detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure.
Report now.
The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back? He was beaten over such a wide area?
Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
The grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to be.
Well, that's,
Was the wound on the victim considered with the murder weapon, detective?
Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
You're completely useless.
Hey, ow! Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there.
Oh, there he goes. No, you move yourself more from my way.
What was all that racket?
It's him. That's true. My language, my cargo, they are mine, and I demand you return them to me.
We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience.
I suppose there's no choice. Finally.
Finally, I think he gave. Hey, what are you?
You have left me no choice, but I use strong force. Ah!
You won't get past me.
Boink.
This is it. This is what the whole thing has been about.
Further, there's a matter of a key displays case that held on a murderous bank. After all, you know, there is such held the cargo hold that gave up empty-handed.
We're so close to where we were. Bro?
Sorry, hang on. Okay. The doctor said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
Okay, tell me what to do.
Alright, so... Connect cause of death with Mr. iFly Piggy Bank.
Really, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is bruising all over such a wide area. But the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence. Bruise from his shoulder to his back of his back is a one continuous mark. The suggestion of a single blow to the back. In that case, the piggy bank is much too small to cause that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Next one.
Alright, so... So you got the sizable weapon logic. Weapon couldn't be found with a sizable weapon.
They were looking for a rather large weapon. You would think it will stick out, but so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps it's just something we all overlooked from the very beginning, because normally it's too impossible big to take it consideration.
What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here?
Francesca!
What? What do you want?
I found Francesca. I found a real murder weapon.
You did?
He really jumped!
We didn't really realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us the whole time.
He might be hurt! We should go check up on him, sirs!
Attitude of young again. You should learn to drop that habit.
This is coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across.
Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you will back yourself up with evidence.
You two aren't listening at all, are you?
So then show me this real murder weapon.
We don't have evidence to show.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yep. I don't have any evidence to show you.
Foolish reasonish for a foolish fool, for a foolish fool mean to fool me.
How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
From a foolish fool meant fool me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Damn, that's a record.
That's a new record. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show?
Perhaps I should phrase it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incomparable. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of it. Free fall.
Mm-hmm.
The victim fell from a great height and is dead as a result. In other words, the real cause is death is free falling to the ground.
To his death?
Yes, this is the only possible possibility. The victim has exquisite bruising on the back of his head to his back. No, the explanation for those injuries is that he fell to his death.
But murder happened inside this plane.
I know.
Are you claiming that there was some place in a plane from which he could have fallen from?
As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time.
You can't mean...
Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold.
What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal!
Yet, why are you screaming?
He's alive!
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Is it not possible that Agent Hicks fell over a railing to his death? That man is a living proof of that.
I suppose it's true that it's not possible, but given the current circumstances.
The current circumstances. What is that supposed to mean?
Supposedly a larger piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then?
He would have been a Bulgarian pancake for sure, sir.
Suppose that man over there wasn't still breathing. But the reality in the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios.
It might be there now, but there is proof that it was always there.
If there could be a window time when the giant box was not there.
Ah, but there was. What can I use to show her that the possibility the box was not always there? Help?
Was not always where it is now. Was not always where it is now. So you're looking for evidence to say that the box was put there only at a certain point. What you want to do is you want to say present refueling in Zenfar.
Take that!
You fooled the Republic of Shangfa.
Yes, this fight had a short layover in Shanghai in order to refuel. But that was not the only reason for the layover. We transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was the only transfer on the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a point next to the box in question.
Ah, it's labeled Zenfar Express.
Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Sengsfa. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time?
Mean by the box. Was not there in a cargo hold during the Europe Zangfa leg on the flights?
Making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks should have fallen to his death, entirely possible.
But your theory is still very far-fetched.
Far-fetched! Far-fetched!
Yeah.
Get the reference, bro?
No, I don't actually.
Pokemon!
Oh, bro, you know that I don't watch Pokemon the show.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking you might know that.
No, I never knew that one.
You have a bird Pokemon that's known as the Cut Pokemon, and it's called Farfetch. So that's the reference that Shira and I kind of did.
Okay.
Right, Shira?
Yeah.
Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. First order of business will be examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Round 2, fight!
Okay, so you want to examine the large piece of cargo.
Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing. We already did that.
The big one, bro. You want to examine the really big one that the guy landed on.
This is a rather large piece of cargo.
There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it.
Nor I, but I care about if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Then let's get investigating, sir.
Oh, Shira!
Look here! Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission.
Don't rush up in me like that, pal.
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see from what else I can find out from him.
Hola.
And again, the pointy fingers.
Point fingers. Point fingers.
I take this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course it's mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. It's a red statue. It's worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much more.
That's about reasoning for choosing this plane must in a large cargo hold.
10 million cents.
I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packages of noodles that makes, detective. I guess Justin loves his noodles. Hey bro, do you like noodles?
Yeah.
I'm just joking around with ya.
I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year.
True, I go with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have this key to pressure he continues to mildly spin in place.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. So that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars?
Does it really make a difference to our case? It's sort of like there's a chance that your cargo is relative to our murder case. I wonder if you could allow us to examine a bit closer.
It's a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching.
Okay, so what now?
Right, so you have to go into logic mode and connect smuggling with valuable piece of art.
If a blank has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue has brought or from Shanghai. I think this need to question him a bit further. About your statue, Miss LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake.
How dare you to say my art is fake?
I suspect your statue might be target of some international smuggling ring.
Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have sent a version of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zing LeBlanc, why didn't you say that so earlier? Please, show it us all at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It is as plain as day. The cargo was pulled into the plane on Euro. And there you have it, MegaDragonoid. Too bad for you. That statue is brought on board on Europe, just as it stays as the certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there has never been a window of time in which statue wasn't sitting there.
I respectfully disagree. We can't scan the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you can have your wish. Look at yourself and see I am right. Ooh.
This... I know I have seen this somewhere before.
This is the Aleph Red.
Yeah.
You're on the right track, bro. But you have to examine the statue first.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it.
The statue was a helmet of historic value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it to the country to exhibit it.
I believe a closer look is warranted here. Just want to make sure.
Red eyes, yellow eyes.
You are on the right track, bro. But you had to examine the statue first.
Yeah, I'm just checking because as you look, take a good
Yellow
look at
eyes?
this. No, not only the eyes. Take a look at the size of us. We're reaching his mouth.
Yeah, it's actually a smaller one. Well, this photo is a huge one.
Indeed. You get my picture. It's slightly reduced.
It's been shrink.
So this is the infamous elf red statue.
What is it, Miss Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. I should examine it in more detail. Are these eyes made of some sort of gem?
That's a real nice shade of orange. For a sec, I couldn't even tell they were jewels. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lives near my house.
Are these eyes supposed to be this color, or is it possible the statue is a fake? More things to add, bro?
No, it's just the eyes.
No, I think I see something else as well, but I'm not
Use
sure.
the statue's eyes and present the photo of Mr. Hicks. Well, this thing's worth 10 million cents. Look at how it's valuable, sir.
I wouldn't call it sparkly, but sure along the lines of doing so. Okay, so I have to do this. And then this. These are awfully orange, don't you think?
Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
I don't think you see what I'm talking about.
No, I do. But it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories.
What is oh, wrong way. Okay.
I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill.
I don't care about sunsets. Focus detective. What color are the eyes in this photo?
Huh? Ah, sir, they're red!
As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc.
Know that I'm a busy man. Allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The red. Well, a leaf red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It's the biggest trophy in this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story.
Okay, who wants to grab popcorns and drinks? I'm grabbing for Justin his suitcase popcorn. Yeah, I told ya I'm gonna use it. Popcorn with a suitcase flavor, especially Justin.
No, my suitcase would have lasagna in it.
Suitcase lasagna. Oh, bad joking. Oh, please stop. Mr. Black, I regret to inform you, but you have my heart film symphony, but...
He forgot.
You see, I like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there was very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
I wasn't talking about the two of us. I mean the eyes of the statue in front of us, the one in this photo.
The son yelling, not at all. It is the photo of the statue on display at a museum in Europe. Ah!
Now you do see, Miss LeBlanc? the statue before us is a fake. There's even further explanation will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that brought on board insane fire. I present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction.
Okay.
Okay, bro.
So, move to the lower half of the statue, deduce the cloth stuck underneath the statue, and present the cargo from Zenfar.
This piece is spotted. This one?
Mm-hmm.
This is clearly a contradiction here.
You're going on about. Just a simple case of cargo covering getting stuck in other place of cargo. That's not possible.
But it is. It shouldn't be this way. This statue is top of the cloth. Supposedly the burning piece of cargo was bought on board in Sengfa. Then no other way of part of this should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggling on board in Sengfa.
But then, what about the cargo certificate?
Let me ask you in this return, what about Agent Higgs? Why did he came down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity on board this flight.
But I don't know if he had to do that mid-flight. I couldn't just easily inspect all of the cargo at the plane and leave.
It may be true, however, you have it backwards, Francesca. Sure, Agent Higgs would have waited until after the plane had landed. He had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Once he had found the fake, the airport shouldn't have been after the swap had occurred. At the time, he suspected to never actually fall onto the statue's owner, who should have no way to prove the statue was switched with his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certifications. Bada bing, bada boom.
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh?
Yes, while this photo should have been nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact to take the use as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Higgs had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. Came down to take a picture of the cargo hold. Very empty on that, right before the fake statue should be lowered on board.
A photo of whole missing value piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all I had to do was hold the Shengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler.
Exactly, this only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was nothing in the cargo hold during Europe and Shanghai of the trip, there should be enough height for Mr. Agent Higgs to should have fallen to his death. I feel Sira said a line.
You immediately. I want thorough examination of the floor underneath now.
Who's gonna say this?
Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings.
Go on.
After moving the Aleph Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction.
Ta ta ta!
I see there was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood on that spot.
He has a weak stomach.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
Should seem that my equations were correct after all.
That would appear that way.
The copper had cleaned the blood up well.
Killer did that.
How did the killer clean up all the blood?
With a piece of cloth.
The Bulgarian cloth.
I was correct. Killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess.
They had a need to clean up the blood before the prize landed on Saint-Fa.
Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew should have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying... what do you say?
Give me a moment.
Saying what he said.
That the murder happened before the plane landed in Saint-Fa.
There's no other confidential timeline for the events of the murder. If that's true, then the comes a certain person testimony into doubt. The murder occurred before we landed in Saint-Fa, then this became highly suspected.
Let's see. It's Miss Mealy.
Recall Mrs. Stanley and Miss Agent Higgs were going to when we departed from Saint-Fa.
Be right back, guys.
Okay. I saw Mr. Higgs sitting in his seat at 5 AM, you know. She claimed Major Agent Higgs was alive at the time of the service calls, but...
That totally contradicts the facts, sir.
But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person... Sira's gone for the moment.
she... okay, sorry.
I think the only person who can answer that is Marley herself. To be continued on Dragon Ball Miles. I'm such a random guy. Go ahead, bro.
March 12, 3:35 p.m. Flight I-390, lower deck cargo hold.
Miss Miley, Miss Miley. Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls we were departing from Sing-Fi? You said Mr. Higgs was sitting in his seat at the time. However, that is simply not possible. Mr. Higgs was dead long before we ever touched down in Sing-Fi. Oh? Miss Melee? Maybe I didn't see when I thought I did. No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Melee. But I make that kind of a boohoo all the time. Ugh! This is going nowhere. There must be a better way to resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Miley. If you please tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were at land at 3 AM and 6 AM when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Miley's alibi. Yeah. Oh yeah! From 9 to 4 I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonely self.
3 to 4, bro.
Oh, 3 to 4. Yeah. And from 5 to 6 I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Miley, wake up. Ah! She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way to able to wake her up by pressuring her. Okay, tell me, bro.
You have to press on the 4th statement.
One, 2, 3.
4.
Yeah, but I'm counting when I press, bro.
Alright.
So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even pooped their head in to say hi. Well, I think I contradict just a popped in saying hi. What should I do? Or should I raise a rejection?
Raise an objection and present the suitcase receipt.
Miss Miley, there is a clear contradiction about in your testimony. Well, what are you talking about? It's not possible when you were alone in that attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6. That one.
Take that.
I wonder if you will be so kind to take a look at this receipt, Miss Miley. A receipt for what? It's for the suitcase that Miss Tenero bought. Now I may direct your attention to the timestamp. We're seeing it clearly says 5:40, Miss Tenero. Yes. So why is the killer here? I thought you will have her locked up by now. I requested that she will be presented with as a witness so we can straighten out your complex lie. We're on the case! And then, Mr. Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 AM, you took a trip from the first class down to the first floor in flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase, after which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. Do you see Miley there at the time? No. So, Miss Miley, where were you between those hours of 5 and 6 AM? Miss Carly Miley. Huh? The bathroom? I'll be one to ask questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls you now. Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too good for you to be true. But it's the truth. Cross my heart. I don't think enough conclusions prove that the counter argument at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, you won't give me a chance to hear me out? I'm actually wondering when Shira's back. What do you mean by that? Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm the one of the crew, but you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rowe, not too? She's the one in charge of the elevator key at the end of the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please leave Miss Taylor out of the conversation, only you are on the second thing now. I don't get it. Why are you covering from Miss Rhoda all of the sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping my eye on her, but I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind, but do you want to know something? Miss Rhoda's actually kinda... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of the sign. Not the time for this sort of talk. Okay, tell me, bro.
Alrighty, so can I go through her things again for me? Don't say them out. Just one, two. When she says, "Oh, I'm in charge of the attendance room and some Bulgarian stuff," you present the Aleph Red certificate.
Oh, it's not there, bro. You're going too far ahead.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, bro. So you want to press on the third statement.
So the third statement. And what you said, press?
Yes.
Hold it.
And what were you doing in charge of, Miss Miley? I was taking care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. But I spent so much time in there, as well been my responsibility. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. Also, she assists passengers who may not speak English. Those who speak Bulgarian, she's the only one despite who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of what I'm in charge of? Why did you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? So yeah, I'm really good at Bulgarian. She fluent in Bulgarian. I suppose you are in charge of producing documents in Bulgarian. Yeah, I take care of anything that's to do with Bulgarian. Very interesting. There you go, that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah. So you want to present the certificate at that one.
So present, you said, and one more?
Mm-hmm. You have to present the Aleph Red certificate.
Got it.
Whoa.
Welcome back.
Hi. Welcome back, Sira.
Yeah.
So you are the only one this fight crew that can speak Bulgarian. Is that correct?
Okay,
Your line is up.
yeah. Oh yeah, I guess so. Oh, I still aboard a board here for a while.
Is this, if that's the case, then signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it?
Huh?
This is a falsified piece of evidence with only one purpose: to anyone who reads it in believes that the Black statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could either prepare it or progress this document in Bulgarian is you, Miss Miley. Without your participation, the smuggling of A-Leaf Red could have not been occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. And the music stopped. Ah, boo!
I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
She's blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Suddenly she became very serious.
Exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to have participated in the smuggling?
From it. It's true that I was the one who signed off that document. But you can't use the fact alone to make an allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation after all. All you have to do is sign her on a piece of paper.
Really, all you did was sign it?
Uh-huh. I then delegated to check on the cargo have been loaded into the plane properly. Oh, sorry about that.
It seems that she finally woke up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose, and this is just a supposition. Hello?
Sorry, I was typing a little bit.
Involved in the smuggling. You can't throw the charge of murder at me up like just that. Objection. If you were involved in smuggling, would have been a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding for the smuggling ring. And just he's about to close it, he's killed by a member of that ring. Wow, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda was smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has across to many things on the plane for work for these.
Maybe perhaps there is some element of this setup at play in this case.
talking about?
Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you, I meant the killer. First, it was myself. Now it's Mysterio who is under the microscope. It seems that our killer is going to lengths to pin the crime on anyone they can.
No proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't.
Exactly. I believe that she was intended to be the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that plan was to push all blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence proved my suspicions.
Come on, bring it! We're gonna solve this case today.
The iFly suitcase.
The proof that the killer was out of the frame Mr. Tenero was from the very beginning.
Take that!
The killer should have hidden the body anywhere, yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up the lower deck to the first floor. However,
Why didn't they go through the trouble to do so? I feel C's the killer. The only way of all these actions makes sense. The killer had wanted to frame Mysterio from the murder. Mysterio buys a suitcase on every flight he works on without fail. And yet her suitcase would be switched with one that contains the victim's body. It would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately, for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There was enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made the deal with whoever they was at hand, adapting their plan. Tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the flights up. Brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate the false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor. Wouldn't you agree?
Looks like the killer had a tooth time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That's because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. Figures indicated the need for the killer to frame someone.
Where the murder took place.
The special circumstance is simply the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customers get quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chance of the body will be found very high. It's very high. Therefore, there's no choice but to frame Miss Steinrope or myself. Which in other words, the only one who will fit the boundaries of the crime movements. It's not Miss Steinrope or myself, but you, Miss Kimmy Melly. Only you and you alone could have been the killer. Sure.
Yeah?
Your line.
Yawn and... Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be Honest here. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here.
Sorry.
I don't have anything on me other than a whole lot circumstantial evidence.
Ugh. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no evidence. Is there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still quite figure this big picture.
The missing phone call.
Take that.
I don't have any actual evidence.
I thought not.
But there, it's because I went missing and still is.
Missing? What do you mean by that?
In a complex puzzle that is this case, there's one piece that I keep getting stuck on.
And that's the victim's cell phone. Francesca, were you waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone? Or at least that's what you told me.
Right.
But Agent Hicks' cell phone couldn't be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took the phone with them?
Precisely, I expected if we find the phone, it will lead us to the killer.
Come on, get serious. And if the victim fell to his death from the height, will his phone break as well?
We won't know until we try our experiment, will we? Francesca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
This line is weird up line. Somehow it's like glitched. Go ahead, bro.
Agent Hicks' phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir!
I heard, detective. Now where is it coming from?
It's in the flight attendant room.
Go ahead, bro.
March 12, 4:12 p.m. Flight I-390, first floor. Flight attendant's room. The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned. The council must find it. Doesn't seem to be over here.
Then let's look somewhere else, sir.
Ring is coming from in here. Oh,
The ringing's coming from in here, sir.
what? No, it can't be.
This has got to be the victim's cell phone.
Go
Guess
ahead.
whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Teniro's.
What?
Wow, we're glitching.
March 12, 4:28 p.m. Flight I-390, lower deck, cargo hold. Sira, it's your turn.
How? Where did you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss Tenier's locker.
What? But... Ora Tenerio! I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me! It wasn't me! Miss Shankama, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the accident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed his cell phone in Miss Tenier's locker at the same time.
This is related to the keycard, right? The same way we have zero proof that the killer did just that.
Yeah.
Not only a voice that sings the truth of evidence. This is a one bird we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francesca's right. I can't offer a baseless conclusions at this point. Marta, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? There must be something very incriminating or on it or in it.
Hold it!
Now, Miles Edgeworth.
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside the phone lies the final piece of evidence that will point us to the killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail.
Okay, so you want to examine the camera lens.
Camera lens? Okay. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of smuggling. Francesca, I need you to confirm something. The cell phone, can it take pictures?
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir.
It looks very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks will take some pictures with this? We take pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. So there are maybe very good photos in here for our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Cute. Repair a broken phone.
Yeah, I need to find a way. Don't you worry about it.
Aww. May I go back to sleep now? LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken. That's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What?
What do you mean by that, Francesca?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. Hello?
Yeah, moment, I was typing.
It's possible that the photos are still here inside, waiting to be a queen. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francesca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying on it now.
This is...
Agent Hick was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for the smuggling case.
Bro?
Hey, the LF-Reds nowhere in this pic, sir.
Meaning a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Oh, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hick's killer, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end? There's really nothing in this photo that we can use.
So you have to examine the pile boxes where the Zenfar cargo should be.
So this spot?
I think so.
Saw this.
They are cargo shipped from Borgina to Zengfa.
This is the reason they weren't here from the where they dropped off the Singfa. So, can you tell me the content of these boxes? For there's no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says it's cloth in English.
Cloth? Would it be? This is where the killer.
What? What is for that fifth? Hello?
Okay. Appears that Agent Hinks was no area investigator.
Oh, she's looking pissed now.
He left us a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who the killer is.
Student Force, you're mistaking reading for a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
Morgan cargo and this piece of evidence will point straight us to the killer. Bro?
Okay, let's have a look. So this is to do with tying to the killer, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We'll point it straight to the killer. It is the Bulgarian cloth.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Take that!
Sure.
Sure.
She's still there?
Sure. Okay. Killer used a piece of evidence to wipe out the blood they had spilled. There was one thing that bothered me with this whole time. Where did it come from? Now, I finally found my answer in this very photo. Cargo was unloaded in the same fire. There's cloth written on it. Bulgarian, that is. This is where the killer grabbed a piece of the clean the blood with. That's right, the killer was someone who could read and understand Bulgarian. And the only crew member that fits your description is you, Miss Kami Meili.
D. The killer probably searched enough for all boxes looking for someone to use. When you're a fanatic, you don't care the boxes in English or Bulgarian.
Sorry, but I can't argue with. I agree with your assessment of the killer nature.
What?
There's no reason for the killer to tear through the boxes at random at all. The killer suppose could have comprehend Bulgarian, well then, like the killer would have opened.
The box is labeled bed sheets. Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir.
Besides, the bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up the blood, wouldn't you say?
Hey.
That if I were the criminal, this box sheet should have been what I would have spotted first.
Whether the killer close to use some Bulgarian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that?
Killer didn't want anyone to know the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets been opened. However, the Bulgarian cloth that horse of a different color.
Because the killer knew that was going to be unloaded to the replica of Shangba.
That's right, that's why the Bulgarian cloth was used. Only Bulgarian reader on board should have made such calculated decision. It was you, Kami Meili, you and you alone. It would be easy for us to confirm if any of these boxes were resealed. Only we should have do is contact Chef in time. Might even find another evidence in Kerbal our killer with these boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meili? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or we wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Xingfai.
Stop, 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 stop. Oh no!
found the killer.
March 12, 5:26 p.m. Flight I-390, first floor lounge. We've finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir.
Bobby wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means a serious business. Looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Transformers!
More than meets the eye.
What? Wanted to stay now. How much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
Truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I will never turn down a Lady January's offer.
Oh, thank you! I'm sure you will serve me well. And remember, we are here to fly. Airlines are always ready to serve Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you, I will keep that in mind.
Now, I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go.
Now we got an ugly suitcase. Oops.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir. But boy, was it fun.
Speaking for yourself, my day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francesca?
Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had reserved earlier?
You got it, sir. March 12, 5:47 p.m. Hope Springs Airport.
Francesca?
When you first landed, I have no time to idle chattel.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it's been since we last met.
I also have no time in such familiar just who you think I am.
You are Francesca von Karma, a very populous girl who deserves much respect.
Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing pirate living their life in the name of the fame of an invisible father's build.
Sure, your father, von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
You talking about the group? I'm the trail of a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is itself within a big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there's another agent on the case with me.
Oh, another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents, and he has a highly successful arrest rate. Who knows? You might even run into him one day.
I'm certainly tough up in this one case. I see why we could not come past.
I suppose. But that dove might say the same.
I'm not following you.
You understand soon enough? The far light has only begun, Mel's Edgeworth. I'll be able to back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure you pay your back in full.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip.
Next thing comes you, I want you to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. Oh. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francesca? Detective, I'm wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, new detective, safety first. Thus I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Careful von Carmen, the smuggling route sees after. Leaders up that the ring has already put their trump card in play. Players on the other side of this war, they should begin making themselves known to the next accident. As you're speaking.
Called who knows who many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Have you forgotten my royal smiles, my boy? Oh.
Mr.
Amado. So you remember me. I know it's a rather sudden, but I can't ask if there's anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son. He's been kidnapped. Dad!
Oh, now we got it!
Let's do about until the next episode.
Yeah, it's good so far. Feel free to leave a follow and subscribe and comment below what you prefer of choice. If Justin want to do this time the outro, he can if he wants. I'm gonna look who's
I'll
this.
give it a try. Alright, so YouTube. Okay, so YouTube, Danny's YouTube is MegaDragonoid. Sira's YouTube is, what was it? It was Queen Sira?
Princess Sira.
Sorry?
Princess Sira.
Princess Sira, right. It was Princess Sira, and mine is just Parodies Man. So on DeviantArt, Danny's channel is MegaDragonoid on DeviantArt. Sira is Sira the Hedgehog, I believe. Is that right, or am I wrong?
Okay, guys, just don't tell, but after we're done,
take a look who's all in here.
Oh no! Oh, and her? Seriously?
And also an old reminder of our first of the trilogy. Remember her?
Yes, true.
I think that was around the time Sira joined us.
Oh,
I think so. There's a good amount of characters in this one.
A lot. Oh, this is getting great.
Where was I?
Well, you're going over. You went to Twitch, and then I think you were now going for oh no, you're DeviantArt. You were, and
I did YouTube and I did DeviantArt, but had I done everyone for DeviantArt? So I did you and I did Sira. Oh yeah, so mine is just mine is Dr. Chester the First on DeviantArt. Twitch, mine is just Parodies Minor, and yours, Denny, is just MegaDragonoid, isn't it?
Yep, regular Mega Man Old Dragonoid.
Does Sira have a Twitch?
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
She doesn't, I hear it.
Well, this is sadly it for now, guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Peace, my Dragonites.
Peace.